Hi, Kate Daggett here. So, I want to make today's video about a lesson that I have learned along my journey. And I'm hoping that it will help anyone who may feel like I used to feel. Let me start by saying that I have always wanted to help people. My whole life, I have always wanted to help people. And anyone who knows me knows that about me. That if I could take away somebody else's problems or somebody else's pain, I would. I will. I do anything I can to try to help somebody. However, what I learned was that this causes more problems for me. So, for example, if somebody I knew, had financial problems, I would, if I had the money to give them to help them financially, I would do that. If I didn't have money, I would offer to make them a budget or do something to help them help themselves. If somebody was upset about something, I would encourage them to do, to do something, to take a step in a direction to help them. And it would end up that their problems kind of became my problems, which caused me a great deal of stress. And being an empath, I would feel their feelings, but I would also have my own feelings, and it would leave me completely drained, exhausted, upset, because I just wanted to help. And if they didn't take my advice or do what I suggested, I would get upset because they weren't helping themselves. Now, I've learned a couple of things about this. Number one, I've learned that there's a thing called free will. And just like the angels won't help you unless you ask for help, it's important for you to ask if that person wants your help. So, ask, do you want me to help you? Do you want my advice? And the other thing is, if you're so invested in somebody else's life, you're looking outside of yourself. And when you look outside of yourself, that's not helping you. And it's not helping the other person either. So I'm not saying, never to help anybody. But I am saying that if you try to help somebody and they're not ready to receive your help, you're not helping anybody. It's like, you have to let the other person learn their own lessons. If you're constantly trying to help someone and bail them out of trouble, and it's a repeated, continuing cycle, you're enabling them not to learn their own lessons. And that's why we're here. I've said this in lots of videos before, that we're all here to learn. So that means that whoever it is you're trying to help, maybe this is a lesson that they need to learn. And if you interfere with that, the process just takes longer. They're not going to learn their lesson, and you're going to end up drained. So it's a lose-lose situation. I've learned that asking the person if they want your advice or they want your help is the first step. The second step is you can guide them, but if they're not ready to learn that lesson, or if they don't want to look at themselves to change their life, then you're wasting your time. You're not going to be helping them, and you're not helping you either, because you need to look within yourself to change your own life, and they need to look within themselves to change their own life. One of the best ways to help people is to live your own life. And in doing that, in living your own life and looking within yourself and bettering yourself and changing your own thoughts and focusing on raising your consciousness and living your life and living your truth and being your own navigator in your own life, you set an example for other people to do the same, and that is the best way to help people. The best way to help people is by setting an example. And either they're going to see how you live your life, and they're going to say to themselves, I want to do that. And you're going to inspire them to change on their own. Or if they're very stuck in their own way of thinking, they might just get pissed off and not like you because you're doing something that they feel that they can't. So the best way to help people, if you truly want to help people, the best way is to set an example for them, that they can have the same things that you have, that, live by example. And either you're going to help wake them up so that they get unstuck, or they're not. But keep in mind that whatever they choose to do, you are not responsible for that. You are not responsible for other people's choices or other people's thoughts. You're not responsible for that. It's good to want to help people, but you're only responsible for yourself. You don't know why they came here. You don't know what their lessons are. And you're not supposed to know. I mean, you know. So work on your own life. Work on your own lessons. And in doing so, that is what will help others. Because you're setting an example. And helping to inspire others to look at themselves. And that's the best way to help people. Whatever they choose to do is not your responsibility. You can guide and encourage them and inspire them and uplift them, but ultimately the decision is theirs. It took a very long time to learn that lesson, you know, because I just wanted to help people so badly. But ultimately, like I said, the decision is theirs. So, and that's the way it is, and that's good, because that's how people learn. People learn by witnessing and by making the unconscious conscious. And if there's somebody always interfering with that, it's harder for them to learn. This doesn't mean that, you know, you shouldn't help people, or, you know, it just means that in order to help them, it's best to work on yourself to set an example for them. And if they don't do, you know, what you do, if they don't learn from your example, if they don't take your advice, it's okay. Let them be. Accept them for who they are and let them be. Because you don't know their story. You don't know what they're supposed to learn. And they'll learn when the time is right for them. Because they're on their own path and you're on yours. Accept them for who they are and let them be. So, I think that's it for today. So, yeah, I'll make another video soon. And I don't know what it'll be about, but it'll be soon. So, be well, stay safe. I love ya. Mwah. Bye.